This conference will now be recorded.
I call this meeting of planning and zoning to order. Okay. I'll accept the motion on approval of the agenda.
Going to make a motion to approve the agenda. I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Everyone got to read the minutes? I'll accept the motion on the minutes.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes from October 11th, 2022. I'll second.
Okay, public comment. Those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we'll pass public comment.
Okay, so on my staff update, the ADU on Carter was approved by commission. Those people have had a contractor already contact me and they're going to get started on building that.
Okay.
The dead end of Avenue Q was also approved. Had some trouble getting a hold of the concrete guys after a while, but finally did. We've got everything ordered. The parts are ready. We're going to start putting that in place next week.
What did they go with? The barriers?
So they'll have the concrete, we'll have 10 concrete barriers. And right in the middle of the road, there will be 3 concrete barriers, but right in the middle of those 3, there will be 2 of the big tall signs that say road closed, the barricades that they built for the dead end streets.
Okay.
And of course, they'll have all that highlighted reflective tape on everything and all that, and street light right there. So we hope to get that done. And Young's Mobile Home Subdivision for the water that they wanted, the city put that on hold because the water company hadn't finished their report yet, but that is going to go to the next commission meeting because that report is going to be presented at the next commission meeting, and then we'll also hear that for minutes again at the next commission meeting.
Is that part of that survey that was sent out?
No, that survey goes with the 40-year water plan that John Shoemaker's doing. The one that the report that's going to be given is on the water wells. That's
How much water we got? How much we use?
Yeah.
So they haven't done that yet?
They're
We're
working
working on it right now.
Yeah, it's in the midst of, that's why I said the 28th meeting is when they're supposed to present that report of the capacity of water we have and what we can support. All that.
Gotcha.
Thanks.
And then that's pretty much it for our action items.
I'll make a motion that we visit action item, the variance on setbacks for 209 West Avenue.
So this variance is requested by the Hillcrest Baptist Church. They are wanting to build a school on the location of the, as you see on the drawing, the dirt lot that's on the corner of 2nd and I. They own this dirt lot. They also own the parking lot beside it. They want to request a 10-foot setback from all the property lines. So that's approximately where the building would be. It would be 10 feet away from the south neighboring property. It would be 10 foot away from the alley. It would be 24 foot or 34 foot from the curb. I'll read down on the next one. There is 34 foot off the curb on West Avenue I, and then it would be 30 foot off the curb of 2nd Street because their property line is 24 foot off of 2nd before their property line hits, and then off of Avenue I, their property line is 24 foot. So they're asking for that 10-foot setback on all sides of the building. I couldn't find anywhere in code where that's allowed, but as every church I looked at in town does not have setbacks recommended for the B zone or the A zone or anywhere they're located.
Yeah.
They pretty much match commercial setbacks anywhere they're at in town.
Mhm.
Some of them have a little setback, some of them have 10, 15 foot off the front, but never the whole 24 that's required in those zones.
Well, I think churches are considered commercial, kind of.
But they're allowed in our A and B zones.
Yeah.
So that's where but I couldn't find in the code anywhere it says that, even though these are allowed, they don't have to meet setbacks. But historically, I looked at every church I could find in town and
None of them have it.
none of them do. So, and I searched for variances given or anything. I could not find anything. But we want to do this the right way. Historically, things weren't always done correctly. So we just want to make sure we get this variance so they're in all the right manner. Notification was sent to everyone within 100 foot of them. The school, of course, is right there adjacent to them.
So the school is right across the street.
Yeah, right across the street. Their church is right, just catty corner to the
Yeah.
west, to the northwest. And like I said, that is their parking lot directly to the west. The neighbor to the southwest there that has the trees in the back that you can see right below the parking lot, he is not in objection to this. He was actually in on a different permit for himself. And no one else has called in on it. So I've had no objection. Happens from anyone from all the letters sent out. The church did have a petition signed. I did not notice the signatures were mainly from church members, I suppose, because the addresses were kind of everywhere. But like I said, I did send the letters to the adjacent property owners in the area. I haven't heard any response. They did want a school sign put on Avenue I. There is one on Second. So they just want the caution signs put up that that's a school zone. There's, like I said, there's already one on Second right there. So it would not hurt to put that one over on I, right at Third and I. That would not hurt at all if this was, this is approved so they can build this school. This was their floor plan. And it is a single story, correct? It's a
So
two-story.
right now, it's a two-story, so there will be a gym and a walking track and a playground on the upper level.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, I heard one time two-story, and then I was like, the site plans just showed the single story. But like I said, they've got an engineer now, right?
And an architect.
Okay, so they're working on the full set of plans. This was just kind of to get an idea so we could get this in here and get it presented before they went too far.
Is there a plan that for some reason you can't get the variances?
Yes, so we're done with this, whether we get the variance or not. It's the problem is it's not gonna be cost effective for us because we're gonna have to put resources. We can build up, we can build higher. We would just like to keep it, aesthetically pleasing to the neighborhood. It's gonna be disproportionate to everything around it if we go to a 3-story building.
And I assume 3-story is more money as well.
A lot more money.
Lot more money. Yeah.
If you're talking about triple the cost.
And the fact that then they would have to get a height variance because we only allow the steeples and the roofing to be above the 26-foot mark. And if you go to a 3rd story, they would have, and that 3rd story creates more setback. So this is the easiest route.
Absolutely.
Any of the construction, erection, gonna have any issues with any of our utilities?
With any of our utilities, not that I know of. There's nothing that runs through that vacant lot. It is all in the alley, which they are not impeding. And I did let them know that any signage, the sign they have right now is right in the corner of their property. It's just off the corner of property. It's within their property boundary like it's supposed to be. They did say that would be removed, right? That one's gonna go. And any other signage they put out would not be out in that easement. It would be on the building itself. So that way there's not any kind of site impairments that become from
Yeah.
a large. They would have walkways and patios that would come out in front of that 10-foot, but that's allowed even in anything you do. The patios are allowed, walkways, covered walkways, entries, things like that.
Anybody else have more questions?
And yeah, they're here to support if you have any questions for
Yes,
them.
we would be honored to answer any questions. Now, I will say.
Can you give them your
there
name, please, so they'll let me
is-
know?
My name is Melvin Graham. I'm the petitioner. I'm
Say you don't know who he is.
So anybody out there who doesn't know. But there is a school zone sign in front of where the building's gonna go. What I had asked is if we could move it a block to the west.
Yes. Sorry, my bad.
Brother, any questions?
The only thing I'm just noticed was, is there any exits that come out on the 10-foot sides? So like if you have a fire drill where you have egress from an emergency, or the kids gonna come rushing out into the street or anything like that? Or is there gonna be like a fence to protect them? I mean, I don't know.
Okay, so their main entrance and all that is over on the alley side that
Uh-huh.
goes right into where their parking lot is.
Okay, but yeah.
We do have emergency exits.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, 10 feet far enough away.
Well, they would, that's what I'm saying, from the curb, they would actually be over 30 foot. 30 foot on this side from the curb and 34 on the north side. So that does give plenty of room for children to come out and make their way over to, I assume the parking lot would probably be the emergency
Mhm.
area they would go to. That's
10
most
foot
schools
property.
go out to their playground or their parking lot, yeah.
Yeah, the 10 foot, like he says, to the property line.
Mhm. Yes, the 10 foot is to the property lines.
How far is it from the curb then?
That's what I said, it's 30 foot from the curb on Second Street, the building would be 30 foot. And on I, it would be 34 foot, because their property line is at 24 foot from the curb of Avenue I,
Mhm.
and the property line is 20 foot from the curb on Second Street.
That was the only thing I could see is any kind of.
So that's why I said in actuality, they will have like 30 foot over here, 34 up here.
I want them to build it.
I do too.
Any more questions?
I don't.
Okay, I'll take a motion.
So I'll make a motion, but we just want to clarify, the motion, staff's recommendation is that we're sending this to the city commission, but we're approving the variance, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I make a motion that we approve the variance.
I'll second.
Okay. Anything else?
I don't have to vote.
I'll go.
Oh, yeah, all those in favor? Aye. Yours not here today. Anything else?
You didn't need a roll call vote.
We said aye.
There was no nays, so.
Okay. Anything else?
I have nothing else, unless you have anything for me.
I have one question.
Okay.
On 17th Street,
Mhm.
how can we get better signs up that says no passing?
The trouble all over town.
Dude, I almost got run over twice. How do I prove that?
Yeah, I don't know what is going on with all the racing we have going on in town, but people are just seem like they are in a hurry to get everywhere.
Oh, high
Because-
school kid, more so.
No, at 10 o'clock in the morning, it's not.
It's not, it is just, everything.
Oh, I go down Pine Street.
Just, because I've had call after call for the last month of just people using, they're like, can we put more stop signs out? They're using my street as a drag strip. You
Oh,
know,
that's Avenue D.
well, it's over on North First Street above the hospital. There are black marks all over that road where they literally get out and race each other right down the road.
What's it racing?
There's-
You don't think the stop sign's gonna make a difference?
No, it's not. It actually would not, you know, but. And then I tell the people you have to look at it, you know, the more stop signs we put in, the more it takes emergency services to get to an
Yeah.
area. There are areas we need those thoroughfares so emergency vehicles can get through unimpeded.
But I know all the way from Avenue D to Dead Man's Curve is, you know, a no passing zone. Dude,
And they'll pass you left and right.
pickups, semis.
We're hoping with the police force bringing their force up to, back to normal, that they'll be able to get more patrols out there and start pulling these people over. They're looking at, of course, raising those fines.
Yeah.
So they're fixing to be fully staffed?
Huh?
Are they trying to get fully staffed?
They're
Yes,
trying.
They're trying.
Yeah.
And they're getting closer. They're hiring new people pretty regularly right now, so. We're hoping that'll get built back up so they can, because I think that's what it's just been. It's just the low staff and people notice they can speed and not get tickets because there's not enough police to take care of it. I think once we get the staff back up and he's got the new vehicles on the order, so we get more patrol cars out there, a bigger presence, I think that'll help a lot. I'm hoping,
Wanting to raise citations too.
yeah.
I've also seen more sheriff vehicles out there too.
Yeah.
Sheriffs come out of our house, that's, I live out in the country.
They're right now, well, when school was out on Ninth Street by the football field, there was a sheriff sitting right there waiting for the kids to get out of school.
Okay, if there's nothing else,
Well, I think Miranda's trying to help with that. He's trying to get the sheriffs to help with that because we have to post staff. So
nothing else,
nothing else.
I call this meeting for adjournment.
Okay.
Everybody good?
Now-
Okay, so we will see you guys at the city commission